I was over at my friend's house for dinner the other night and found myself after a while on a rant about how no one wants to work these days. And my friends were gracious. They kind of let me do my thing for a while. But the next morning, I was thinking about it. Like, why was I so fired up and passionate about people not working? You know, when I kind of go on a rant like that, I was like, what's up with that? Why am I so passionate about it? And what I came up with was that when people don't work, you know, they are no longer a part of their community. You know, and what I mean by that, like if you go back, like I have been on some of these recent videos, if you go back to when we lived as a clan of say like 100 people, like these Aboriginal clans, and in this continent, it was maybe the Native Americans, or they have, you know, whatever, wherever you live, when we were back in these clans of 100 people, it's like everybody had their part. Like everybody worked, everybody did something. They hunted, or they gathered berries, or, you know, they made lodges or whatever, but everybody like worked. And then when you worked, that was how you were a part of the community. That's how you became one of the people, because everybody, it was an exchange of energy. It's like, you do this and I'll do this. It was like, you know, division of labor. You know, it's like, we'll help each other. You are a good hunter and you're a good berry picker. So, you know, we'll all, and someone else is really good, you know, with the children, you know. And so we all did something, and therefore we felt part of. So these days, and it makes me sound like an old crotchety guy, which I may be, but still, just because I'm an old crotchety guy doesn't mean I don't have a point. Okay? These days, like when people are not wanting to work, it kind of breaks down this exchange, this give and take, like we're in it together, we're shoulder to shoulder, and we're working together. And so, you know, if people are not working, you know, there's no exchange. They're not offering anything back. And so then there's no, they end up like they're just taking, you know, they're letting other people work. And, you know, the idea is, well, work sucks. And granted, work can suck. I'm not here to be totally pro work. I mean, work can suck for sure, but it's like work sucks, and therefore do as little as possible, as little of it as possible. So then the successful person doesn't have to work, right? The successful person is wealthy, living the good life, playing, going mountain biking, you know, whatever it is. It's like going, you know, traveling, you know, going to Hawaii. It's like that, then you're free and you don't have to work, okay? And that's successful, right? And that's fine in a way, but it creates, and you could say, well, the money you're spending is supporting the economy and it's offering a gift too. And that's certainly true, okay? But it does create this, I'm not gonna work, so I'm just kind of taking energy. And it's an energy is the problem. And it takes away from the exchange, you know? And worse than that, you know, it's not only the ethics of just being a taker. That's not even the worst thing. It's like the person that's not working or giving back, you know, they're kind of excluding themselves from being a part of the community because they're not there anymore working as one of the people. They're not working, they're not shoulder to shoulder and like, let's be in this together so we can survive. Now, in these days, it's so we can prosper and we can, you know, thrive, you know, and we can have this value of collaborating and working together. So then we can all have quality of life. Right? It's not a status thing like, well, I get to travel and they have to work. It's like, no. It's like the abundance is spread throughout the whole community. You know, it's like if I work and so then, you know, so then it's we go to work, okay? And you could say, well, my job, I don't like my work, okay? And right now, I work at the hospital part-time, and then I do my spiritual coaching and relationship coaching, part-time. And I certainly feel more purpose when I do my coaching work than working as a social worker at the hospital, for sure. And so, in fact, some days working at the hospital can suck, However, it's like, it's not only the work that we do, but it's the way that we work. Okay, if we bring our spirit into our work, okay, and if I bring my energy to work, like actually, interestingly enough, while I was thinking about this, I actually got called in to go to the hospital, so that was kind of synchronistic in a way. So when I go to work today, it's about, even if the work I do is kind of sucky, I'm working in the emergency room, and helping people that are having a rough time, even if that can be, not my favorite work, I'd way rather be doing a meaningful coaching session with someone. But it's like, if I bring my spirit and my energy and my passion and my joy, if you will, to my work, okay, so even if I'm doing this mundane task, which isn't my favorite, that energy, that uplifts the person that I'm doing. I'm giving back. I've been given so many things this week. Oh my gosh. I have so much abundance. It's like, now this is my opportunity to give back. Okay. And totally to be of service to the people that I'm serving in the emergency room. They're having a rough time. Well, I'm going to lend a hand and give my resources and my energy and tell them, you know what? It's going to be all right. Like, we got you here. We got you. I know you're scared, but you're going to make it, and we're going to help you get back on your feet again, And then now when I do that team of people I work with, now we're a team. You can feel it when we get busy. It's almost like a high. We get really busy, and we're all there shoulder to shoulder, and the docs are there, and the nurses and the chaplains, and everybody's there, the respiratory therapists and the financial, we're all there, and we're all kicking butt. And then it's just like, at the end of the shift, it's like, we were a good team. We did a good thing. We made a difference today. Okay. And even if it wasn't the way I ideally wanted to make a difference, I have, doing this work that I do, that's my most meaningful work. But even just getting in, and being there and doing this non-sexy work. I mean, what can be less sexy than being a social worker, right? It's like, and getting in there and it's like, at the end, then now I'm part of this community, and I feel like I'm part of my community, and energetically I'm part of it, because there's been this give and take. I've taken and I've given. Now I fit. Now I'm one of the people. Now I belong, and I'm part of my community. So that is my video for this week. I've got my sleeves rolled up. I am going to work. I hope you have an awesome week, and that you find a way to put joy into your work, or your volunteer work, or your energy that you put back with, and see if it makes you feel like you're part of your community. I will see you in a week.